Welcome to Daily America,
where we inform you on today's top stories.
Tonight we will touch upon ongoing issues around the country.
We first begin with the Black Lives Matter movement. This movement began in response to the Trayvon Martin shooting in 2012, followed by incidents in Ferguson, Missouri, the Eric Garner case in New York, a racial incident at the University of Missouri, and has continued ever since.
This movement has been trying to battle various social issues in the United States. Today we even have a witness who can speak upon an incident that occurred very close by to him.
The event that you are about to hear occurred in response to racial slurs that a black student at the University of Missouri had to endure back in the fall.
Here's the interview with our witness, Owen Buckley, who is currently attending the University of San Diego. Hi, Owen. Thank you for stopping by today. I understand that a Black Lives Matter movement occurred on your campus.
That's correct.
Do you want to say what happened?
Yeah, so it was the Black Student Union at University of San Diego. Essentially, the Black Student Union, although the name would suggest it may stand for one group, stands for the LGBT community and every other marginalized group on campus. The particular incident that occurred was the Black Student Union was standing in solidarity with the students at University of Missouri, and that was a nationwide incident where Black student unions from throughout the country were standing in solidarity with the University of Missouri. On our particular campus, the Black Student Union had a hunger strike actually, and they sat out for a couple hours to the entire day on a hunger strike, demanding certain things happen. In particular, they made a list for our president to state during his inaugural address, as he was just put into office as our president, and it just caused a big stir in the San Diego area.
How was the situation handled? How long did it last?
It was handled as well as possible. Because University of San Diego is a Catholic school, some of the ideas that they suggested were against the Bible and I guess against the Catholic teachings. So our president was obviously understanding of what's going on in the country and what was being requested by the Black Student Union, especially given our setting and the timing with everything going on in the country. But he acknowledged the fact that we're a Catholic school and that certain things can't be done. But he was going to work with the students. So he's still currently working with the students. I do know actually that the student union had difficulty filing their paperwork, which kind of angered the university, which, while that may sound ridiculous, that's just the way our society is nowadays. But in terms of where things went on a social level, the president did as good a job as he could. Since October, not too much has happened except for the progress of trying to work through the Black Student Union's requests, not just for the Black students on campus or Black professors, but for the other marginalized students on campus, such as the LGBT community and the marginalized.
All right. Would you consider the group's actions effective?
I would say effective to a certain extent. I think that they certainly raised awareness on a predominantly white campus that these are true and pressing issues, not just for Black students, but for the marginalized. But I think that the way they went about it might have been viewed as a little too, maybe a little dramatic, given what had gone on in Missouri, and this is just standing in solidarity. Now, I'm not a Black student, and I'm not a marginalized student either, so it's hard for me to say, putting myself in their shoes, what it'd be like. But I think that the fact that they got it known to the rest of the campus that these issues were relevant and they're true and these students feel it, that was good enough. So
what we will now show you is the list of demands written by the Black Student Union.
As we heard Owen say, not much has occurred since then, but the union certainly took a rather aggressive approach, acting as a hybrid of the various civil rights groups of the 1960s, like the NAACP, the SNCC, and the Black Panthers.
We will now come back to you with the witness account from the San Bernardino shooting.
The shooting occurred on December 2nd, 2015, and as you already may know, was led by an Islamic couple claiming to be part of ISIS.
The special edition of Nightline, a deadly California shooting rampage, bloody streets, and a violent standoff between the police and alleged suspects. Around 3 p.m. this afternoon, a massive manhunt for the armed gunman in California came to a head.
We are in pursuit of the suspect vehicle. We've got shots fired out the back window.
Our affiliate KABC on the scene, hovering above this black SUV that the authorities have been searching for 3 hours.
We got multiple officers here. We got officers running here, back eastbound, chasing. Now we're on foot. Look at all those units here. This is where a suspect is at.
Multiple shots that were fired.
Windows blown out, that front door ajar, and police crouching at a safe distance away. But this was the scene moments earlier, captured on camera by neighbors.
Oh my gosh. Guys, they just shot at my house right now. Cops all over the yard. Holy shit.
This was the shootout that our cameras missed. One neighbor out in the front yard, and another crouching down in his garage. What sounds like fireworks is a firefight. Police raining bullets on that SUV.
The left side, driver's side, completely blown out. This was a very, very graphic shootout.
A body lying in the street feet away. That black SUV riddled with bullets. One suspect still inside. As police run into position, single file up across the lawn.
You can see tactical teams moving up the sidewalk, looking for positions of advantage right now.
The police are going to run in single file because it makes you less of a target.
More officers using concealment and cover behind this post, behind this hedge line.
They start moving units out of the way to clear way for the Bearcat. Bearcats are moving up. Everybody else take cover.
5 minutes later, 2 armored vehicles approach the SUV from both sides.
You basically box a person in. So with a car in the front, a car in the back, and many times one on the side, there's no place for the car to go.
Just minutes later, a special vehicle called a Tac Cat moves in, armed with a ballistic shield.
The whole point of armored vehicles in a law enforcement setting is exactly how they use this particular event, where you take the vehicles and you use them as cover to protect you from obviously other firearms or potentially other explosives. And so by using the vehicles, they've given themselves a couple of things: cover, concealment, and also it allows them to sort of take their time.
Officers cautiously approaching the car, but it appears the suspect inside is already dead. 2 suspects killed at the scene, 1 male, 1 female, both armed and dressed in what police describe as dark tactical gear.
They were dressed in kind of assault-style clothing, I think is probably the best way to term it. They are both armed with assault rifles. They are both armed with handguns.
But all afternoon, authorities have been looking for up to 3 suspects. 1 person of interest was seen fleeing the scene.
I don't have any information on who that person is yet, and we certainly do not know if they were involved. It's possible that they were not.
A person of interest was detained in a nearby neighborhood, but police are now confident the shooting involved just 2 suspects.
So we initially put out that we had information that there were upwards of 3 shooters. Right now, as we continue to drill down on information and the witness statements that we have, it really looks like we have 2 shooters.
The investigation expanding to this home in nearby Redlands, California, authorities believe is connected to the shooting.
Going to use a robot and probably tactical vehicles to go up to this house. And the reason why is there's been discussions all day about potential explosives. Even the police chief mentioned there might be a pipe bomb at the initial crime scene. So keeping that in mind, and keeping in mind that you're dealing with such mega violent people, you want to make sure you're not walking into a booby trap. So if you send a robot in, if it triggers something, then so be it. No one else is harmed. But it also gives you the opportunity to send it in, and then it can be your eyes and ears inside the house. And once you feel like that it's sufficiently cleared, at least maybe the first floor of that residence, then you make a tactical entry after that.
Tonight, the search continues for evidence and clues as to their motive. But for now, the police have a message for the community that was today shaken to its core.
So the message, not only for the city, but for this entire region, is we understand people are scared, and we understand that there's concern that there may be more folks out there. Rest assured, we are doing everything we can. We have brought every single asset to the table that we have available in this city, in this county, in this state, and with the help of the federal government to do everything that we can to make people safe here.
When we come back, a nation grappling once again with scenes of bloody chaos after another mass shooting.
Here to talk to us about his experience that day, while not directly targeted, is Owen Buckley.
I went to the University of San Diego. I'm graduated now, but every winter my fraternity would take a trip up to Big Bear, which is a ski mountain located in the San Bernardino Mountains. So this particular weekend, it was a Wednesday that the shooting occurred. We were actually traveling to San Bernardino Mountains, and as we were traveling, the shootings were going on. So as you might expect, there were really heavy traffic delays. We were pretty scared because there were reports that the shooter had made his way down to San Diego. We weren't sure how many shooters there were. We also heard that the shooter might be in the San Bernardino Mountains with us. So that kind of frightened us. I know I called my mom just looking back on that. It was a scary situation, but yeah, it definitely affected us at the moment.
How close were you exactly to the site of the shooting?
So we actually had stopped at a fast food restaurant 5 miles away, and we were kind of unaware of what was going on at the time and the scope and the magnitude of the issue. After we left this fast food joint, that's when the traffic really started picking up and we had understood the magnitude of the event. So we were right there. We were right in the thick of it. We could have, I guess, passed by the shooter or the shooters at some point, but we were right there. So.
Have things in your nearby area of California changed since the event?
No, because I don't really think this is something that's isolated to California and Southern California in particular. I think that this could be, this is something that has changed really the way that the country looks at things. I mean, everyone pretty much knows what went on in San Bernardino. There were terrorist incidents, and there was a big case with Apple and our intelligence on breaking into a person's phone. So there have been some very interesting externalities that have came out of this case in San Bernardino. But again, it's not something that's just that California has to deal with. This is something that is very relevant to our entire country.
Very true. Thank you for your time, Owen. It's been a pleasure to have you.
Yep.
As you heard there, the shooting shocked not just Southern California, but the entire country. At the same time, this has not led into anything of greater magnitude.
Since the shooting, there has been much controversy over who's to blame.
It's important to not associate this event with Islamic countries as a whole, but the event has affected people's comfort level in the country, and not just California, like Owen said.
That's all we have for tonight, folks.
Thanks for watching Daily America.
Now to Mr. Oftedal on the latest with the forecast for this week. Mr. Oftedal?
My name's Owen Buckley. I'm Lizzie Buckley's brother. We're having a tough time going through this because it's pretty funny and see what's going on. Our cameraman is laughing right now. Anyways, we're going to try to get to two pretty serious issues. Not just happening where I'm from in California, but they're happening nationwide. So sorry for the laughter, but we are trying to get through this in an intellectual setting. So Lizzie, go ahead.
Hi, Owen. Thank you for stopping by. I understand that a Black Lives Matter movement occurred on your campus.
Yes, it did. So I thought you were going to keep asking questions.
No, you told me not to.
Okay. Now we're good. Now, just stop that one and we'll do another one.
Now, I'm also interested to hear how the San Bernardino...
Okay, sorry, there's a printer acting up right now. Okay, we're good.
No,
That's good enough.
Hi, Owen. Thank you for stopping by today. I understand that a Black Lives Matter movement occurred on your campus. Can you explain what happened?
Yeah, stop! I was not making any noise.
Keep going. So.
This doesn't matter. You can just you can cut it out. Go.
I'm gonna do that. Okay. Hi, Owen. Thank you for stopping by today.
Of course.
Is this correct?